Hi, Purple Eagle fans. I'm Amelia Fadul, joined by Carson Harper. Welcome to the Purple Eagle Rundown, where we're going to break down all there is to know about last week's athletics. Now let's take a look at last week's scores. The Niagara men's soccer team defeated St. Bonaventure with a final of 4-2. Women's soccer kept it tied at 0-0 against Ryder, and volleyball dropped both contests against Youngstown State and Bucknell University. Last, the women's tennis team defeated Damon with a final of 6-1. Now, Carson, let's take a deeper dive.
Let's start with the women's soccer team, where senior Maddie Crosby was named MAC Defensive Player of the Week at net for the Purple Eagles. She went 5 for 5 in bronc attempts in that scoreless draw on Saturday.
And I don't know about you, but I'm kicking and screaming. Heading into men's soccer, they defeated St. Bonnie's with a final of 4-2, which brings us to our Player of the Week. Fifth-year forward Gerard Lopez-Forner netted a hat trick in just a 3-minute and 42-second span to help the Purple Eagles defeat that 2-goal deficit.
Well, while you're kicking and screaming, these folks are runners. They're cross-country stars. Niagara's Alexa Briggs and Braden York each won their individual events at the Damon Alumni Invite. Niagara finished 4th overall, and friend of the program, Braden York, was named the MAC Runner of the Week.
The women's tennis team aced it this weekend, defeating Damon with a final of 6-1. Gabriella Mello earned the win in the number 1 slot, while transfer Saloni Tamang earned her first win as a Purple Eagle, picking up a 6-3 and a 6-0 victory from the 3rd position.
Now passing it over to women's volleyball, they opened up their home matches with 2 losses against Youngstown State and Bucknell.
Now you got to sit and talk with some volleyball players. Let's take a look at that.
Hello, Purple Eagle fans. I'm Carson Harper, and please help me welcome the only 2 seniors on the women's volleyball team. First, we have the 3-time top chemistry student here at Niagara University from Munson, Ohio, is Bella Peroni. And joining her, the pride of Meads Mill Middle School from the small town of Northville, Michigan, it's Larissa Imbuzeto. Larissa, how are you today?
I'm wonderful.
Awesome. Bella, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. I'm excited to get this started. So, Larissa, you're chasing down the career block record here at Niagara. What sets you apart from other middle blockers in the conference?
I think I'm definitely undersized as a middle blocker, and I think I try to use that to my advantage as best as I can, just making sure that I am trying to be as fast and jump as high as I possibly can, but it's also relying on my outside hitters and my right side hitters. They're the ones that are setting up those blocks for me and getting me in the position to get those blocks and chase that goal. So it's really relying on my teammates and trying to use the fact that I'm undersized to my advantage a little bit.
Yeah. And now, Bella, you are currently leading the MAC in digs per set and 6th in the NCAA, the entire country. It's a lot of land. And you're number 6 for digs per set. As a libero, do you have a strategy for when you're out there?
So I would just say it's having the mentality of never letting the ball hit the floor. I think if you think that you can get to every ball, you will get a touch on it and you will get it up. I think as a defensive player, it's important to also keep an offensive mind. So attacking that ball, which is really important, and that helps you get so many more touches and help your team score some more points.
That's awesome. Now, Larissa, personally, you love reading.
Yes.
Someone called you a bookworm.
Yes.
I've heard that around the streets. They're talking. If you were to write a novel after your volleyball days, what is that novel looking like?
I would say it definitely has to involve some kind of adventure with travel and definitely lots of different relationships as the story builds. You're meeting new characters. So I would say main character would probably have some sort of issue or question that they need, answered, and it would involve some type of trip or exciting journey to figure out that answer or solve that problem.
Do we have a location we might see in this book?
Probably somewhere in Europe or Brazil.
Awesome. Larissa Imbuzeto coming to a Barnes & Noble near you. Now, Bella, you personally love your cats.
I do.
But you also love chemistry.
I do.
So for Thor and Loki, your 2 cats, if they were on the periodic table, what elements would they be?
Well, so I do have a favorite cat. So he's Thor. And that would be my favorite element, which is helium. It has the atomic number 2, so that's also my volleyball number. And then Loki, on the other hand, she's a hefty girl. She's pretty big, so she'd definitely be one of the heavier elements. Oganison, atomic number 118.
Yeah. That's a new one, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Freshly added to the party.
It is, yes.
Now, Larissa, your family is extremely interesting. Dad from Brazil, right? Mom from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
But all you and your two siblings were born in Japan.
That's right.
What is life like in that household?
It's amazing. It's just such a wonderful combination of so many different cultures, and I appreciate that my parents have constantly tried to mix in the different customs from each side of the family at holidays, and we have so many different traditions. We still, do Brazilian traditions at Christmas, but love going to the Japanese grocery store and still love all those foods, and then doing as much as we can with my mom's side of the family at home. I just think it's wonderful because we appreciate so many different cultures, and then I think for me personally, it gives me so much more appreciation for here at Niagara, all the international students that we have, and just what that means being from all over the world.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, you know what else is wonderful? Our next segment. Now, Bella Peroni, you lived in Ohio, lived in Niagara Falls for 3.5 years about now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a new game that I like to call Niagara Falls or Ohio. Bella, you will be able to phone a friend, Larissa, in this game. I will be showing you pictures of locations, okay? And you will tell me, simply, is that Niagara Falls or is it Ohio? So we will start you off easy with number 1, Niagara Falls or Ohio.
I have to say Niagara Falls.
You are correct.
Okay.
1 for 1. Now, question number 2, Niagara Falls or Ohio?
Definitely Ohio.
2 for 2. We are on a hot start.
Let's go.
Let's get rolling. Number 3, Niagara Falls or Ohio?
I think I'm going to have to say Ohio.
Okay, 3 for 3. All right. We are rolling. You weren't confident going into this.
Okay.
But here we are. And number 4, Niagara Falls or Ohio?
Oh. That looks like a Niagara Falls bird.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Niagara Falls.
You are correct. That is a
Yes.
Niagara Falls town pool in Hyde Park. All right. 4 for 4, Bella.
Okay.
Now, number 5, Niagara Falls or Ohio?
Ooh. See the little sidewalk ridges. I think it's giving Ohio.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Buzz it in, no whammies.
Yes.
5 for 5,
Yes.
Bella Peroni. Goodness gracious, you have one more. Now this one's a little tricky.
Okay.
Okay. Niagara Falls or Ohio? You are 5 for 5.
Okay.
You may phone a friend if you need, but you've been rolling with a capital R. Final picture. Niagara Falls or Ohio?
Okay.
It's tricky. You might have to think outside the box here.
I might have to phone a friend for this one. Any thoughts?
I'm trying to think, like our drive.
Yes.
We see the water, but that could be either
Either
place.
direction.
I might go Ohio on this one. Oh, but I also might ruin your streak.
This is the bonus question.
It is a bonus question. Should I go with Ohio? Okay. Gotta stick with my roots. I'm gonna go with Ohio.
Okay. Final answer, Ohio. Well, Bella, I told you it was a tricky one, right? It's Morgantown, West Virginia is the answer for that one.
I should have known.
But, I mean, you do have the mountain ranges, the eastern side
Yes.
of Ohio. I get that,
Yeah.
on the river. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show of Niagara Falls, Ohio, or I guess West Virginia. Bella, thank you for joining us. Larissa, thank you for joining us. And let's swing it back to the Purple Eagle Rundown. Well, we'd like to thank Larissa and Bella for joining us on the Rundown this week. Let's take a look at what's upcoming for Niagara Athletics. For women's soccer, Fairfield will travel out to Niagara Field for a noon kickoff on Saturday. The men's soccer team will travel out to Syracuse to take on the Lemoyne Dolphins. Volleyball will have 3 matches starting on Wednesday, where they will head to the University at Buffalo, then come home to the Gallagher Center to take on Mercyhurst before heading out to Syracuse themselves to take on Lemoyne. The men's cross-country team will head to the National Catholic Invitational hosted by Notre Dame in South Bend. The women's tennis team will take on Buffalo and St. Bonaventure, respectively, and the men's tennis team will take on Damon here on the Ridge.
Now for more information on Purple Eagle Athletics, check out purpleeagles.com. From our producers, John Reister and Nick Indelicato, my co-host, Carson Harper, I'm Amelia Fadul. We'll see you next week on the Purple Eagle Rundown.